Amen. We are so glad for all the testimonies that went forth. At this time, we would really ask that Mr. Harold, would you stand at the podium, please? Will you ensure that you make appointments to the Board of Commission that deals with homeless issues? That's what it is. I'm sorry. Try. I'm sorry, it says that.
Good catch.
Okay, good catch. Thank you. All right, all right. I wasn't there. Amen. Will you ensure that the 2 seats are made available by the individual who are homeless or have been homeless on the Executive Council of the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Council of the Homeless?
I will.
I don't think they heard you. Say it again.
Given that many of those on the Homeless Council are paid by the agency to be there, will you ensure that the 2 representatives are paid some sort of stipend for their position in the Homeless Council?
I will, but I have to talk a minute about this.
You have 4 minutes.
I believe, yes, I believe we can. I promise to be able to do that for 18 months because I have a pledge for that money. The council itself has no money. So my promise is for 18 months.
Amen.
My intention is onward, but I only have so much money right now that I can count.
You have 4 minutes to speak.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm really glad to be here. I'm glad to be asked that ask. On the council, for a long time, we've wanted this. We just didn't know how to make it happen. And so I appreciate all of you that have come together and kind of pushed us all along. We believe power works better when it's shared. We know some things about what the national data says about homelessness, and one of them is, as Bernadette said, that when a community really involves people who are homeless or recently homeless in the decision-making process, then the results are much better. They can work better. So we know that. That's the national data. There's also some very interesting national research that shows that homeless people and people who've recently been homeless know much better what works than the people like me, which isn't really surprising, right? So we need your input. We need you at the table. We need you who are currently homeless because you're there right now dealing with all the barriers, dealing with what it's like. Amen. We need you that have been homeless in the past because you know what worked for you.
Come on, wait. That's right. Amen. That's right. Amen.
So we very much need you. We believe we can do better. This is a very difficult time right now because of the economy. And it's also an exciting time. There's a lot of research coming down about what works. And what works is, as I said, one involving people that know it from experience. Another thing that we know works is that the faster you get people into housing, the more likely it is to work. And that's sometimes hard to do, but it's really a no-brainer. You know, and I bet any of you that have been homeless, you would rather it was a shorter period of homelessness We know those two things work. How do we do it in Winston-Salem? We believe we can do better. We want you to be part of this. So come to the council. And also, we're having a retreat next week, and I'm hoping that the caucus will send you with me.
All right.
Mayor Joyce, if you please address the podium. Mayor Joyce, I appreciate how often I see you appear at homeless events, and you've been very dedicated. And so I'm very excited about asking, will you ensure that you make appointments to boards or commissions that deal with homeless issues so that there is equitable representation on said board by individuals who are homeless or who have been homeless? Therefore,
I'll be happy to do that. Tyrone and Reginald and Richard and Bernadette tell their stories. How can anybody say no? I'm just moved by these stories, and thank you for your willingness to do that. If you look at my record over the past 10 years, I think you'll see that I have had a tremendous commitment to inclusiveness, to healing this community and bringing us together. Matter of fact, my campaign slogan, as tried as it was one city pulling together. If everybody grabs a hold of that rope on one end, you can get a lot more done than pulling a lot different.
That's right.
We're so proud of our 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness. We know on any given night, 500 people are homeless in Winston-Salem, about 200 are chronically homeless. We're chipping away at this chronic homeless issue. We have a goal of creating about 600 housing units in our city. We are already created 65% of those. We're getting ready. We just had a groundbreaking, I guess a month or so ago, for a new veterans shelter there. Basically, we had to have a collaboration. And when I saw the chairman for this 10-year plan, I asked BB&T to put somebody on there. And they put Chris Henson, who's the chief operating officer for BB&T. And guess what? BB&T is putting $500,000 into that veteran shelter.
All right.
We got another grant from the VA to help us with programs that will help support that. So we're making progress, and we're getting ready to launch a major fundraising effort that will allow us, hopefully, shouldn't I say knock on wood in church, I guess, God willing. We'll raise the rest of that money, and we'll achieve that goal of those 600 housing units, and I feel really good about that. But going forward, we need something.
That's right.
We need something. You said we need 3 things. I agree, we need 3 things.
Amen.
We need someone to speak for those who have no voice.
Yes.
We need someone to stand up for those who are too weak to do so.
Yes.
And we need someone to put a face on the invisibility of homelessness sometimes.
Yes.
Because people get lost in the shuffle.
Come on,
We need
man.
somebody to put a face on that, and we can do it. I would say to you that as your mayor, I'll pledge to continue to support all of our homeless programs and make these things happen, and to support these programs that are needed to make our city a better place.